I know you are looking for the best tasting burger bun on this planet, and in this video I will show you how to bake it at home. Guitar freaks and anorex lovers of the home-baked burger, thanks for tuning in and welcome to Hilko Cuisine. People. First of all, thank you so much for tuning in. Second of all, to all the people that are already subscribed, thank you so much. To all the people that are going to subscribe right now, whoa, huge respect. Anyhow, let me ask you a question. What is the most tasty sandwich in this world? It's the burger. If it's a veggie, a fish, a chicken, a cheeseburger, they all need to be in between something. And that in between something, that is a bun. People, stop buying your buns in the shop. Do me a favor, no, do yourself a favor and read the ingredients list on that package. You will be in shock what is in there. So the best thing to do is bake your perfect bun at home. 2 weeks ago, I made myself some smash burgers. I took a picture and I posted that on my social media, on my Instagram and Facebook account. By the way, if you want to see that picture, I will leave some links of my social media accounts here below. But anyhow, a lot of people ask me, "Dear Hilko Cuisine, can you please share the recipe to bake those buns, please?" And today I'm in a very good mood, and you are so lucky, you cannot believe it. You should play the lottery today. That's how lucky you are. I'm in such a good mood. I'm going to share with you. It took me many years to fine-tune this recipe. But here we are, people. The pièce de résistance, the perfect bun that you can bake at home, people. So, shall we do this? Yes, we shall. Let's do this right now. Here we are, people, in my kitchen. We're starting off by taking a pot and weighing out 125 grams of milk. Then we add 125 grams of sparkling water. And then we add 100 grams of bread flour. We put that pot on the stove on high heat and we start beating the crap out of it till you get a substance that looks like this. By the way, this is called a tangza. This will make your buns soft and fluffy. You let it cool down completely. Then you weigh off 150 grams of water. That's cold water. Then you add 10 grams of fresh yeast and you start breaking down that fresh yeast in that cold water by hand. Then you add 500 grams of the good old white flour. You add 30 grams of sugar, 135 grams of the nice butter you've got in the fridge, and you add 2 whole eggs. And now you can add that magic stuff you made earlier, the tangza. Another advantage of this stuff is that the shelf life of your buns will be longer. You put everything into the magic kneading machine and you knead it for like about 3 minutes. When your dough looks a little bit wet, you can always add 50 grams of more bread flours. That's what I'm doing here, people. Just a little rant about flour. Always get the good stuff. I'm using a locally produced flour that is incredible. Never buy the all-purpose bleached stuff. I know the bleached stuff is very cheap, but flour in general is not that expensive. So just get the good stuff. You will taste it, you will not regret it, and you don't have to thank me for this tip. In short, you get what you pay for. Now we're 7 minutes into the mix and we're gonna add 10 grams of sea salt. That's salt from the sea, you see? And you let it mix for another 3 minutes. Now you stop the machine and you take out the dough. We're gonna use some good old elbow grease to finish off this beautiful dough, people. You slap it onto the counter. We're gonna do some slap and folds. Slap and folds are the best way to handle this dough. It's very easy. You slap it down on the counter, you fold it, and then you pick it up in a 45-degree angle, you slap it, you fold it, and you do this for about 5 to 10 more minutes. After this slap and fold, you poke it. If it comes back, if it springs back, you're good to go. You put it in a pot and you let it rest for about 2 hours, depending on your kitchen temperature, people. After 2 hours, you get something like this. It at least doubled in size. You slap it against the counter again, you weigh it, and then you're gonna divide it in pieces of 125 grams, people. Dividing the dough works best with a bench knife. If you don't have one, go and get one, you won't regret it. Now, another thing when dividing the dough, don't use too much flour. Just use a little bit so it doesn't stick. Now, when you got all the bits and pieces, you have to ball them up. There is 2 main techniques to do this. This one is rolling it. You use your thumb to push the dough underneath itself and you form a bowl. With the help of your bench knife and flour, you put some flour underneath the bowl and you slap it down. Bye-bye, nicely formed bowl, and hello, beautiful disc of dough. This disc of dough has to rise again on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Now, the second way to bowl up the dough. You just roll it up into a roughly shaped dough ball. Once you get that ball in ballpark, you start shaping it with the knife technique. With the side of your hands, you push the dough underneath itself and you spin the ball into a nicely formed ball. And then you slap it down again. Bye-bye, ball. Hello, hello, disc. And you do the same thing with all the rest of the pieces, people. The hard work is done now. Here are the dough balls on the baking sheets. We have to cover them with some cling film. To make the cling film not stick to the dough, you have to put a little bit of oil on that cling film, people. Now, once it's covered, you let it rise again for about an hour. After an hour, they're nicely risen, as you can see. You take an egg, well, the egg yolk, you add some milk, you beat the crap out of that, and you smear that onto the dough balls. Now, this has 2 reasons. It will color them nicely and it will act as a glue because you don't have a bun without some sesame seeds. You can use other seeds, whatever you like. We have to bake this party, so you preheated the oven to 175 degrees Celsius. That's about 350 Fahrenheit. As you can see, I preheated a tray with lava rocks. You will add some water to those lava rocks. That will create steam, and steam is good for the oven spring of the rolls. Add half a liter of boiling water. Close the oven and let them bake for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, take the tray out, flip it around and put it back in. Let it bake for 5 to 10 more minutes and you'll get this, people, the perfect bun. Now, the last step you have to do is add some melted butter on top of those buns, people. This will create a nice shine. We like shiny buns, don't we? Before you can use them as your favorite hamburger holder or chicken burger holder or veggie burger holder, or just with some slices of nicely smoked salmon and salad, whatever you want to do with them, let them cool down first. And you do that with a cooling rack. You put them on a cooling rack and you can see me struggling here. So you call your wife and you go, wife, please help me because I'm in trouble. People, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week in another food video. Thank you so much for watching and happy baking. Stay safe and be nice to each other. Bye bye for now.